Welcome. This is DF Gaming here, and I'm here to say, finally, Dark DF Gaming has returned to YouTube and YouTube accessories. Um, and as my first act of returning to YouTube in video production, we're going to review all three movies in the same video. Now, I'm going to call them reviews. More like what I took from the movie, how I grade the movie. I'm going to grade the movie and tell you what I thought about the movie after watching it. Okay, let me get my thoughts together because I can't. I know I saw the movie's the Fast and Furious 10 Part 1. Hypnotic. Um, and I swear there was a third one. It's a good thing AMC actually recorded the movie you've seen. Um, um, oh, what? Okay, what movie? Hold on, we're trying to get this thing together. Edge is finally retiring for real. I mean, he was already by the time he came back anyway. Hypnotic. Alright, last. Oh, and Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 3. Alright, we gonna start with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Good. 2 thumbs up. I give it a 9 out of 10. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. But I won't say it was as dark as everybody's saying it is. I was thinking it was gonna be a lot of death. It was not. A lot of fake out deaths. I think the only death was. That's a spoiler. It's been out for a while. I think most people have seen it, but I'm not going to spoil it. Is it us? I don't know if it's a spoiler per se. You can still watch it if you knew who technically whoever did who died were not really that important. It was only they're only important to a particular character's story as far as backstory, but they're not important to the plot of the story per se. Let's just say no main characters die in this film. Only fake out deaths. Because for some reason, Disney is a bunch of cowards and too scared to let the protagonist die. It would have been awesome. This movie would have been a 10 out of 10 if that was the case. But no, it's a 9 out of 10. Just, I could dog it for every fake out death they have in this movie. There's only like two. Um, Everybody did a great job in this movie. The acting was great. The action was what you expect from this type of movie. Um, Actually, this is what happens. They have uh, people have said this movie is dark. It depends on what you call dark. If you are a little sensitive to animal cruelty, and that's if you call these things animals, because technically they're no longer animals. I don't think the raccoon. Okay, he don't like being called raccoon. I don't think Rocket's a real animal. He's a cybernetic animal. Mainly because here's my thing. The moment they removed his brain, he died. It put something else in there. That is not Rocket. That is a robot. It's sentient. It's very complicated. I don't. I'm sitting here watching it. I'm like, they really had to recomplicate Rocket's origins. Did they not? I mean, if you think about it, is Rocket really a real animal, or is he a cybernetic? Apparently, he's. I don't know. I need that brain. He was invented. He wasn't created. Like, he was created from a set of experiments that was put on him when he was a raccoon. That's why I say he's not a raccoon. He's right. He's not a raccoon. He's not even an animal. He's a sentient robot that just so happens to be a raccoon. What what he was he is no longer. The moment they took his raccoon brain out and swapped it for something else, he no longer became was a raccoon. That raccoon died, and they put in its place is this this person their friend called Rocket, who's animatronic. That's what. There we go. He's an animatronic that just so happens to have a mind of its own. Using very advanced alien technology. That's what's why he gets offended when someone calls him a raccoon. Or treats him like an animal because he's not actually an animal. He's an animatronic, which is a totally different thing. Animatronic is technically a robot. Tronic is an electronic robot that happens to have an animal body. Most animal body is basically made from animals. Um, in the form of an animal. Um, he's an alien animatronic, to be more precise. But anyway, it was a really good movie until they got with the fake out deaths at the end. But fake out deaths at the end, they didn't really care for the. I'm not even gonna touch that nonsense. The villains, I was a black dude. And you know, the typical didn't even make sense. His monologue didn't make sense. Okay, he's not from Earth. Okay, he is from Earth. Sort of. Wanted to make a copy of Earth in his own image, in his own design. Um, but he doesn't like imperfections. He wants everything to be perfect. He hates imperfections. This is what he said. And they miraculously, I can't even take this victory seriously because they beat him pretty badly. For somebody who's supposed to be so powerful, they sort of beat him so easily. Actually, that wasn't even the biggest fight. The biggest challenge was getting off the ship. They did all this build up about how powerful this dude is, and they beat the crap out of him in a few scenes. Like, they took him to task. I know it was 5-on-1, but that's still not the price. They built this man up to be this insurmountable villain that they have to fight, and he should not to be messed with. And they beat the crap out of him. Okay, he only had Rocket. Rocket was the only person who had trouble with him because he used his power on him. But other than that, they literally mop the floor on him. And they would kill him. They should have. Okay, they were going to keep him alive, but the ship was going down. It was. I was disappointed in the villain. It should have been like somebody should have died trying to beat this villain if he was so tough. But he actually was kind of weak sauce. Um, I'm gonna give this movie the villain a freaking C. The movie an A was kind of let down after thinking about the villain. And it was underwhelming. Now let's move on to Fast. I'm not doing this in any particular order. Shit, no. You know what? We're gonna save that one for last. We're gonna go with Hypnotic, the most hilariously terrible movie I've seen. I'd say it's hilariously stupid. If you were to ask me if I remember anything in this movie, no. All I know is that there's this little kid who is so how more powerful than her own parents, who don't look nothing like them at all. Nothing. Nada. Nada, nada, nothing. No, like she looked like a Mexican immigrant. No offense. I looked nothing like them. I would have thought they were adopted, but they were trying to play this off as them that being their biological child. I said, no, no comprende. I don't buy it. Nah, you could at least found somebody that could be pass off as they don't think that kid does not look nothing like them at all. So this movie, if I can remember very quickly, because this movie was so ridiculously stupid, I think I was hypnotized watching it. I can't really tell you the plot of this movie other than them. The whole plot of this movie is about them finding this kid who happens to have hypnotic powers beyond anybody's comprehension. They spend the entire movie making you believe. Now, I'm gonna give it some good props here. There's some positives. They actually accomplished what they were set out to do. They really had you thinking. If you were sitting there watching, you would have thought what you were watching was real all the way to the end. I would say all the way to the end, but then you start to slowly realize this. This is yeah, nah. I'm just telling you, this movie actually accomplishes something that Five Fast, the movie I'm about to review next, did not do. Subvert your expectations. Did not push too far beyond someone's belief system. Belief. Um, I was sat there and watched the entire movie, and I wasn't saying coming by surprise. I'm not gonna say that, but at least had me really think myself that this was all what I was watching was really happening in the all the way up until the end, where we just didn't feel right. I said, okay, it's a ridiculous town now. Um, okay, all the way up until it started getting too hard to believe when I was watching to be something legit. Okay, uh, so the reason why I'm having a hard time telling you what this movie is about, because this movie's plot doesn't make sense. This plot is circular. It will keep if they did abruptly. It's one of those plots like if they could have kept going in a circle, in a circle, in a circle, nonstop. Why? Because the whole purpose of this movie, or the people, the order, or whatever the hypnotic order, or whatever they call themselves, we are red, we're like professional golfers, like professional golfers. Um, got this red suit on, like they part of an exclusive club. But stay part of a secret organization. They're like the X-Men, except for dumber. They're technically a bunch of Charles Xaviers. Um, they're a bunch of Charles Xaviers. That's it. They are a bunch of Charles Xaviers, and the girl is Charles Xavier's daughter. Okay, if they were to pull this off as an X-Men movie, okay, I might did. Okay, maybe that makes sense. We're all in a Charles Xavier's body. He's playing mind tricks on us. He's in our head. It's making us watch this movie. I mean, if they would have told us this was an X-Men spinoff, like this movie based off of one of the X-Men mutants, um, okay, then okay, yeah, this is definitely no, they don't pass off an X-Men movie because this technically, if I told you that this movie was an X-Men movie, you probably believe me. But that's not an X-Men movie. Shut up. X. This is X-Men. Charles. If I okay, let me explain them to you. This girl's powers is literally Charles Xavier's powers to a T. She literally has Charles Xavier's powers. The parents have Charles Xavier's powers. The ability to manipulate people using their mind, that's Charles Xavier. Okay, they all have Charles Xavier's powers. in a group of Charles Xavier's. I'm gonna call them a group of Charles Xavier's because that's technically what they were. In, it's been the whole entire movie. Have you believe that Charles Xavier, A, they're chasing after Charles Xavier A, actually, they really don't know. They It's a mixture of Charles Xavier meets iRobot, where they wipe like a robot wipe their memory drive. But then, like Charles Xavier, they use mind powers to control people and get them to think what they want them to think, just like Charles Xavier. The reason why I'm having trouble because the movie you will have trouble. You will get lost if you're not paying attention to this movie. This movie is convoluted at best because by the end of it, they're gonna try to pull some nonsense that with zero setup. Okay, it was a little bit set up, but you have to be actually playing it. They don't have no connectivity to each other. You would never have put it together, but you probably should have. No, you would never put it together. No, y'all would never. Nobody would have put it together at all. It's like if somebody told Jason Bourne. Okay, so they did this with Jason Bourne. It's like if Jason Bourne. You know, remember in the movie, Jason Bourne movies, where he thought his wife was dead, but he never really was married because the organization tricked him into believing it's something similar to that. But imagine making a whole movie on that premise. On that premise alone. Leave everything else out. Leave everything else out. Imagine if Jason Bourne kidnapped his own wife, hid her somewhere, forgot where he hid her, and then they spent the entire movie trying to get him to remember where he hid his wife because he wiped his own memory and forgot where he hid his wife. But imagine if his wife was a 10-year-old kid or baby. So he hid a kid for 10 years. They had a child. He kidnaps his own child, hides her somewhere. Don't know how she get fed. Oh wait, he left her with somebody, his parents, which I don't know how in the world they not know that he knew. Who else would he leave it with? Who do you think he'll leave in a basement somewhere so she can starve to death? Somebody had to be feeding her. And even that, or make her people believe she is dead. But since we know that they don't think she's dead, they try to get us to believe that she's dead. Now, they almost made me believe that she actually was dead because they keep trying to. But since that doesn't make sense. They wouldn't be trying as hard for a dead person. Uh, it's, movie is just. The reason why I say this movie is hilariously stupid because at least this movie is way more believable than the movie Fast 10. And I'm gonna give this movie a C minus. Actually, a D. It was not good at all. It, but well, no, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a solid C because at least it had me thinking, and at least it held my attention for most of the movie. Now we get to Fast and the Furious 10 Part 1. Oh yeah, I said part one because it's just a part. It's a two-parter. They thought they were slick. They had the audacity to make this a two-part movie to drag it out or drag torture us more with this hot garbage of movie. Okay, I might be overstating it. No, let me start off by saying I liked it. I would say I liked the action if all the action was in flashbacks. I mean, not all of them. They kept going backwards to a previous movie for when they robbed somebody of a safe. Unbelievably nonsense. Even that safe is ridiculously light because there's no way two cars by themselves would be able to pull a safe like that anywhere. Okay, that's one. No. Okay, especially not out of a building. I told you Fast and Furious be getting ridiculous with their unbelievable stuff. It's just unbelievably nonsense. Like nobody would believe that. Nobody. I mean, no. How did they get? You know what? You would have to not use any of your brain cells to try to figure out how they get a safe that big out of a building using those small ass cars. It, it doesn't work. Okay, logically, it would never work. But somehow, they got people to go to the movies to watch nonsense, illogical car heists. Illogical car heists. You thought a car jumping from 20th floor into another building. It's just, you know what really would have happened? When he drove out the window, it would have went straight down. Doubling. He would have to be going super. I mean, if he calculated it right, but there's this thing called gravity, and the car weighs a lot. It's not a feather. There's no way it would have glide that far over. It would have probably dropped straight down to the ground and exploded. They want us to believe that it could actually happen. You know, it could. But we get sidetracked. That's a different movie. You talk about unbelievability. You got this dude called Dome. And I'm not talking about Dominic from wrestling. Dome, who literally can now do anything. Literally can do anything. Lift cars onto its side. How? Don't know. This man must have superhuman strength. He must be lifting cars on his off days because that's not possible for a human. I don't care how strong he is to do by himself. Kinetic. Um, Somebody already mentioned that. They spent a lot of time trying to get you to cry unsuccessfully, mind you. Emotional manipulation because they keep using this dude who used to be in the film who died like 2 years ago. But maybe longer than that. Uh, they're still mourning over his loss. No, don't get me wrong. It's it's very sad what happened. But it's been 2 years. Y'all need to move on. Move, whatever you call it. They play this so-called sad music. Keep trying to do the same thing they did in the last movie. And he's played out. The villain was funny, but I didn't know they were going for the comedic route with this movie. I thought this was supposed to be a serious villain. My bad. This movie, this realism was just not serious and humanly possible. Actually, he's probably the most entertaining person in this movie. If it wasn't for that, this movie's already trash. It would be entertaining trash. That's entertaining trash. This movie is not good. I, I don't care how good the action is. If I don't believe it, it's not good. Okay, y'all might like it. Y'all good. Y'all good. Y'all good. Like, I didn't like it. So this is about not a review. This is what I feel about the movie. I could have went for DVD for this movie. I the way it ended was the most insulting. First of all, they did it all wrong in the first place. If you're gonna leave on a cliffhanger, you're supposed to leave in the movie on the most dangerous scene, not the least dangerous scene. I felt like I was watching a Marvel movie. Is this a Fast and the Furious or Marvel's or Disney Marvel? Because I'll pick one because you can't be playing both of the fields. Okay, I think whoever directed this movie, I think it was I forgot who his name, James Gunn. I think he forgot he's not directing a Marvel movie at one point in this movie. uh, I think he forgot he's playing this as Fast and Furious, not a Marvel movie or DC. I think he forgot which movie he was playing, directing. He thought this was Superman. Um, when they were actually this is supposed to be a fast a car movie. Um, that's why I think Don was able to do half the unrealistic stuff he's able to do is because they thought they were playing Superman. He thought he was Superman or something. I thought he would. I think he was thought he was shooting the Superman when he's actually shooting the Fast 10 movie. Okay, why I find more 99% of the movie dumb. Okay, I shouldn't spoil the last scene, but okay, you know the fuel they use to cause the car to go faster? I'm pretty sure that car should have exploded the moment he pushed the button to use it. Um, because this car was literally on fire, was on the precipice of being on fire. Now, if he was going to blow the dam up, why did he just blow the dam up? Okay, this is the only flaw I have with the villain. He plays too many cat and mouse games, and I'm not talking about a cat and mouse. And then he playing the mouse. Okay, yeah, sort of. But he be doing dumb stuff. He could have been. Okay, yeah, I know he's trying to play with him, make him suffer. So this is the dumbest idea ever. Get it over with, and you want to do it a little more. But if you're going to call this the end game, dude, you should have just blew the dam up if you're gonna blow the dam up in the beginning with. He obviously does not care about the collateral damage. And don't get me started on his friends. His friends are just as dumb as he is. No, okay, first of all, you would have thought after the first time they know somebody's out to kill him. Why in the world would you go near him? I mean, I wouldn't say stay far away, but they're not using their brains at all. Nobody uses their brains in this movie to outthink the villain. They just do stuff for plot conveniences. Dom doesn't use his brain for anything. He just does things because he's supposed to do it for the plot to continue. You would have thought, let me not go to the police station because he's probably going to assume that I'm going there. So let me not go there. So I'm gonna go there because the story, the plot, the script said I'm supposed to be in the police station. So then the bad guy can somehow know I'm there. Half the people who are out to kill me come pick me up. Now I'm not a brilliant person, but hear me out here. Why in the world would you peacefully surrender to a group of people who literally want to throw you in jail immediately without, despite the fact, first of all, you should have realized by now there's something wrong with the agency based on the fact that they were so quick to jump against you. Somebody's a mole. There's a lot of conveniences here. It's a convenience that the leader of the agency is called. And this rando person just shows up to be the boss. I don't know where. It just it happens. That's what it is. This beefcake, buff, Bagwell looking white dude with blue hair, blonde hair, buff shock. Don't look so out of place. Just all of a sudden, I'm the new boss now, and you're going to do what I say. Because they're the bad guys. I say y'all couldn't have made it any more obvious that this guy is probably a mole. It's probably working for the bad guy. Now you wouldn't guess it at first, but yeah, you start to get the idea of where this is going. First of all, oh, I got gripe. This one's gonna really irritate the heck out of me. First of all, how did Dom know that they were going to get attacked when they never planned for their convoy to get attacked? Ever. It was never mentioned ever. I don't know what makes him think it's going to get attacked. Or how would he know this ahead of time? They didn't have a sit down and say, "Oh, if you get captured, we're going to come and rescue you." They never said that. So how did he know? And who ends up attacking him? The bad guy. That didn't make no sense. If anything, it should have been his friends who were attacking the convoy to help break him out. They're already bad guys. They already wanted criminals. I know it would have made them more wanted, but it is what it is. But that would have made more sense for him to know. But the fact that it was the bad villain, the villain he's been chasing this whole time, it was the one who ambushed, or his army is the one who ambushed the place in the first place. It makes no sense for him to know about it beforehand. He never said he was going to attack the convoy. It would have seemed like he said it was. He hope he had fun with the police. Uh, oh my goodness! It's just where did he get the idea that he was that? It, and then all of a sudden this U-turn. Like, he goes from wanting to arrest him to, "Oh, I trust you now." And you like the most phoned in line ever. I said, "I don't believe you." And if don't believe you. He's an idiot. I'm just waiting for him to stab in the back. And that's exactly what he did. Stabbed him in the back. Like not even 2 scenes later. Re-stabs him in the back. Oh, it turns out he was the surprise assistant. That's it. I'm out here late spoiling the freaking film. If you got this far, I'm sorry. Probably too late. Uh, this movie gave me a headache. I felt like I was watching a Marvel movie, but uh, I, the immersiveness is gone. I said, man, this is not a Fast and the Furious Marvel. I said, can we wear Superman, Batman, Flash, get one of them characters in here? They can stop them because this is a Marvel movie and this is Superman or something. Uh, is Dom gonna turn to Batman or the Dark Knight? Uh, because this is not Fast and the Furious. I don't know what movie this is. This is one of those Marvel movies that they didn't tell us about. They put Fast 10 on the cover. Cause this is technically Marvel. This is a superhero movie. A superhero movie with a whole bunch of racing and explosions and stuff. This is a superhero movie. They have superhero humor in it. Dom is technically a superhero. He acts like a superhero. He has supernatural powers like a superhero. He might as well be a superhero. Oh, and The Rock is here at the actually not in the movie. He's at the very end. Johnson, Jason, what's his face, shows up for like 2 seconds and just rides out of the story because he's in another movie. He drove off into his next movie. he, Jason Tatum, he drove off into his next movie with the Mag 2. Was it Mag 2? Yes, he's in. So he ain't really had much time to be this crappy movie. So he drove off into his next Mag 2 movie. And Rock makes an appearance at the as a Marvel cutscene in the movie cutscene. I keep calling this movie Marvel because technically that's what it is. Marvel cutscene is in credit cutscene. He shows up. This movie, this is why you have consistency. There's no consistency. It's technically Marvel. This is a Marvel movie, just like the last movie was Charles Xavier X-Men. This this is Charles. This is I was waiting for a superhero to just fly down in superhero mode. All right, that's the movie with outtakes. I see. Um, uh, they get a code. Uh, here. Whatever I say. Until next time, I'm going to be doing more movie reviews. Uh, there's a lot of movies coming out in the next couple of months. Oh, this is gonna be fun. If anybody, I know this could be. I'm not going to see The Little Mermaid. I'm just not. Forget. I don't know. It's not The Little Mermaid. I don't even know why they call it that. Based on what I've heard about the plot of this movie, it's not The Little Mermaid. It is a mermaid. A story about a mermaid. Yes, it's a story about a mermaid. And Ursula happens to be in it. But I'm pretty sure that this is a different mermaid than Ursula. God. Who happens to have the same name. I'm just saying, they just gave her the same name, I think. same name. His father had an affair with somebody else who happened to be alive still, and um, they say so much about the story that it's not even actually The Little Mermaid anymore. It's a totally different movie. Literally a totally different movie. It, so why didn't you just make an original mermaid movie? If you're going to change 99% of the movie to fit your narrative, I don't care if you want to make a woke Little Mermaid. If you're going to change 99% of the storylines, you might just make an original movie and call it a day. While you try to make a black Ariel that with a totally different story. Might as well not even call it, like you might still call it Little Mermaid. Just don't name her. It, it can work. An original movie featuring Black Mermaid as a starring role that isn't already taken. But literally, they're changing 99% of the story. Why? Is thinking Barbara Carly did. I don't get. It's. I bet you $1. It's not even. You want to watch it, and it's not going to be the same movie. I'm telling you, it's not going to be the same movie. This is going to be totally different. This is not Little Mermaid. I don't even know what this is. This is named that with different songs. Different song. Probably a different father who just so happens to have his wife still because she can't die. But this is not Little Mermaid. They advertised it as a Little Mermaid because that's what get them money. If you give Disney money, they gonna advertise it as the Little Mermaid so they get more money, and then it ends up being a totally different movie because they literally changing everything about the movie that made it the Little Mermaid. It's like if they took like and literally changed Lion King into a totally different movie and then called it The Lion King. No, they changed Lion King and turned the animals from lions to hyenas. And actually, that's be the reverse way. You know, they have to change it completely the animal altogether. And what other animal could they possibly use? Tigers. Yep, they changed the Lion King to tigers. And then she's hyenas and the bears. And then called it the Lion King. Changed every song in the movie and then smacked Lion King on there and advertised it as if it's a new Lion King. I said, this is not the Lion King movie. This is a totally different movie. Okay. I can almost guarantee you that movie's going to be terrible. Well, not terrible. It's going to fail. Why? It's, let's say, fail. That's a tough word to use. I would say more or less not make as much money as they think they're going to make. You know. Uh, It's just not. Get mad at the facts. Don't get mad at the facts. It's reality. It's reality. Believe it. That it's not gonna make that money. And then when they don't make money, they gonna say, "Oh, it's because of racism." Because it's cold. So that sounds a little bit different. About getting a cold. That's not good. What's my it? Being about to care. Not interest. Let me tell you about the Little Mermaid. I wasn't really a fan of the Little Mermaid to begin with. I'm just saying. I'm just be honest with you. I did not care for the Little Mermaid to begin with. It wasn't my type of cartoon. It was more of a girly movie. Yeah, nice song, but it was not my favorite movie. I'm not gonna rush to go see a movie I didn't necessarily care for to begin with. Too many care for to begin with. I'm not a big Little Mermaid fan. I'm not. Oh, they're just they have good songs. Actually do change the songs. I said, I'm sticking with the Guru version. Thank you. I don't know why y'all doing uh, more woke points. Really, yeah, totally missing the point of the bad guy being a bad guy for a bad guy reasons or bad girl. Gee, Ursula. Really. Alrighty then, let's end this recording.